Alright, so in week 4, day 1, activity 2, in my other video, I wasn't too sure what we were actually looking for, and inside of the under the directory var log and the file auth log. But I just got out of tutoring, so I'm going to show you exactly what the suspicious activity looked like. So let's go ahead and go over there. Var log. Let's go ahead and nano into auth.log. So it's actually right in our face. It's Packer. Packer is the suspicious activity. So if we take a look here, we can see what he's doing. He's adding himself to every single fucking group. He's added himself into group admin, whatever, floppy, tip, whatever. He's been putting himself in everything. He is the suspicious activity. Password for Packer changed by root. That looks also suspicious. Server listening port 22, so he's missing with listening ports. And then the tutor also mentioned that he spotted something about SSH, which is like, what did he say? Server shells, which is, I think it's server shells. You know what? Let's just. Secure shell, secure shells that he was accessing or something like that with secure shells. Basically, asked the tutor what a secure shell is, because we're just barely getting into that this week and we haven't really dived into it yet. And it's he said something about it being like a remote way of accessing a device, kind of like our virtual machines. I was like, that's interesting. So anyhow, for this activity, week 4, day 1, activity 2, we're supposed to transpose that information that we just saw here, all the suspicious activity, into another file. So after some messing around, I'll just scroll up a little bit. I was trying different commands. I tried to grep it while I was in the var log directory. I did grep Packer because that's, the suspicious activity. That should give it me every line. Auth.log. I redirected it. I didn't need a pipe because, again, let me turn this down. I can't think. So why did I use redirection instead of a pipe? So a pipe is when you're trying to, you can think of it as filtering things down. So like this would obviously give me a lot of data, like as we just saw. Sorry, I was like, what song is that? So this will give me a lot of data. If I used a pipe, it'll filter down whatever the next command is. So like, yes, we got Packer. But then if I put a pipe and I wanted to specifically only have things like with a date, then I would put another command to specify that information. And if that's all I wanted, then it would get all this information and specify what the next command wanted specifically out of this information. And I could either print that all here or redirect it to a specific file following that. So using the redirect here, it'll just it'll just move that information into this home directory and the research file. I put 4.1 because our activities, we're making like research files throughout this entire week, so week 4, day 1. Anyhow, so I used grep Packer with the wildcards, the file name that I'm getting the data out of, redirection 2 of them, so I don't delete the original information with a single redirect time over there. When it did this, unfortunately, it didn't give me all the info I was wanting. So I'm going to go back to also something else important to point out. Something that was wrong with this. So there was 2 reasons why this didn't work. I'll get into the first reason right now. So I'm in sysadmin right now. I had a file that I made in the I don't know if it's root home, but anyhow, in the home, I made a research file .1, 4.1. It didn't go through. Permission denied. I thought it was initially because of this, but it was actually because I didn't have access, even with sudo. I didn't have access to actually mess with the files inside of this home directory because I was not root. As it kind of says there too. Because see, I tried doing sudo again, whatever. No, sudo. It didn't go through. So anyhow, I had to go to my sysadmin home file. That's a directory, so I had to get rid of that. I had to make a file inside of my sysadmin home file. So then when I went ahead and reran the command to transition all that information from this file, I had to go home sysadmin because I have access there because I'm sysadmin, and then research file, research 4.1. Now, this did work, but not entirely. So let's go to cd I can't type. So this is all the information I was trying to get out of print. When I did that command, it literally only gave me these top 2 points. That was it. Because I had Packer, right? I was like, okay, well, why didn't that work? That was that one. No, that was that one. Right? And if you look, you can probably see why it didn't go through. I was like, all right, well, I don't know why that didn't work. I nanoed into it, saw it didn't work. I was like, okay, well, 790. That's his username. I'm sorry, user ID. I was like, that should populate everything. So I reran the command, and it only gave me 1 line. Even though all the lines, because this is the correct information, you can see all the lines had 790 in it. But, yeah, it only gave me 1 line, so I was like, okay. So then we went ahead and just tried, where are you at? Oh. Yeah, so then we went ahead and took off the asterisks, even though that should have worked. So we just ran sudo grep 790. Mind you, I was doing this from the sysadmin homepage. So here I had to go ahead and retype the relative path, or direct path. No, it's not. That's not absolute path. Relative path of the file, and then redirect it into here. And then for whatever reason, when I took off the asterisk, then it went ahead and worked. And that's where it gave me all this information that I was looking for. So yeah, that just is to answer a question I didn't know the answer to when I was doing the week 4, day 1, activity 2 review. So yeah, I thought it was pretty helpful information. Let me just see if there's anything else I'm missing. Hopefully you could keep up with that. Made more or less sense. That's it. So that was the suspicious info we're looking for.